slow-moving station wagon. That's awkward. Okay. How you doing, boys and girls? Thank you for visiting Uncle Noyjeetut for the afternoon. I'm here going to talk off the hip here a little bit, and we're going to learn some stuff and discuss and, get all this out of here. It's kind of like a open-air therapy session. What I want to talk about this week, I saw a really good documentary on PBS called Secret of the Dead. Well, that's the documentary's name. It's an ongoing documentary of different wartime stuff. This one, I forgot what the name. It was something about headhunters. Oh, I think it was Headhunters and the Airmen. And it was talking about World War II. The Japanese took over Borneo to set up oil rigs, and that's where most of their oil during the war came from. The natives to Borneo tried to coexist with them. The first thing the Japanese did, though, was kill all the white missionaries that were there, except for one who worked as a communicator between the two people. And then also the Japanese raped a lot of the natives' women. So what happened was the U.S. had jets going over trying to take out these oil rigs. And this one goes down, crashes down, and you have these injured Americans. Some were like flash blinded for a while, some more serious, other less. And pretty much the natives, the headhunters, took care of them because they remembered what the missionaries looked like, and they had grown to love the missionaries. So they protected them from the Japanese and hid them throughout in their country, moving them place to place to keep the Japanese from finding them, even though the Japanese had found the wreckage and knew they were there somewhere. So it goes on like that, with also the interpreter missionary guy that they kept alive, playing a key role in making sure that the Japanese don't find the Americans. And finally, the British send this guy who actually had spent some time with the headhunters down, and he gets down there and he talks them into headhunting again after all the missionary stuff had been taught, to wean them off of headhunting. And they started fighting back against the Japanese there. They occupied their country. And it was really good. They used poisonous darts. There was one bit where they had their women bathing in a beautiful waterfall, and the women motioned towards the Japanese men to come partake of lovemaking, and they just started slaughtering them en masse. They just killed a bunch of Japanese that day. There were 10,000 Japanese there, and they killed 1,000. That's pretty big when you think about the weapons they had. And actually, one had a really good quote. They still have, some of them are still alive when this was made in 2009. And one, his quote was, "You shoot a man with a gun, he may live or die, but you shoot a man with poisonous dart, anywhere, even his pinky, he die. He die." So a lot of the stuff they did was not, if they had the opportunity to kill a bunch of Japanese at once, they would just kill a few to scare the ones remaining. So, it was a good fear tactic. Someone wakes up next to a headless body in the bunks, it scares people. So pretty much you got this one Brit who knew the natives and was trained in the ways, taking over and helped guiding them back to war, uncivilizing them, so they would fight for his side. And he gathered the rest of the American soldiers, and he was able to organize the natives, the headhunters, to make a runway of bamboo shoots to help them get back off the island and get those guys back to medical treatment that they very badly needed. And I'm just watching this whole thing, I'm thinking, why isn't this a fucking movie? This is amazing. You got three kind of great movies in there. First, I'd say Saving Private Ryan. You could say Saving Private Ryan's all these guys are being saved by these natives, being kept safe. And headhunters are putting their lives on the line for just these white guys who they only hold importance to because of the missionaries that came before them and made them actually think about the afterlife. It's really deep in that way. Then you could say it's like 300, where they're outmatched, but they're winning these wars. So 300, and then with the last part with the bamboo shoots and the plane, I think the story is they had to weave together some threads on the plane to keep it together at one point. Maybe bamboo shoots, more bamboo shoots. What the hell? And that reminded me kind of Flight of the Phoenix, which I thought was kind of a stupid movie, but it has that aspect to it. I mean, it just has 3 movies you could spin in one tale, and it's a true story. It's just no idea why they haven't touched that one. I already pictured like Johnny Depp as the guy, the British guy coming back, because he was kind of ostracized in back in Europe because he had taken a lot of tribal tattoos on his arms when he went back. So he was actually happy to go back and organize all these headhunters. And the first night there, they got drunk on rice wine. So you just keep Tim Burton out of it. Keep him out of it, right? And let Johnny Depp do his thing without being, babied and lied to by Tim Burton and his false lies about what scenes are good or bad and what choices are good or bad for a character. It's a bunch of hogwash. So yeah, check that out if you get a chance. I saw it on PBS. They ran it a few times recently, and I watched it twice. It was amazing. It's an amazing story. And it's funny too, the headhunters, they were so happy to hear they could kill again, because that was like a part missing from the tradition. They were so sad without killing and decapitating people and using their skulls as trophies. They were so sad to have that go. And when the Brit got there and said, "Yeah, you gotta go back to your ways," they were like, "Oh yeah, this is great." I don't know what. I guess they looked Filipino from the pictures. The natives, the headhunters looked Filipino, and they terrorized the Japanese, who they even turned the fucking blind cheek, turned the cheek to them killing their missionary friends, and them to having their way with their women. But just that second time being organized and being allowed to headhunt again was enough incentive to get them back to being the killing machines they truly are. So yeah, it was that's just a fun story, just interesting. And finally, some big bombs took care of all that offshore drilling. Oh yeah, let's do a tweet of the week. I got a good one. Yeah, people don't retweet me enough. I'm very funny. So retweet me if you're following me on Twitter. If you aren't, follow me on Twitter below. I don't believe in horoscopes, but I do prefer American to the Chinese. I'd rather be a lion than a rat. Yeah? Food for thought, right? Clever, sexy, lion, not a rat. I don't like being called a rat. They need to fix that horoscope. Because I am not a rat. I should be a fucking dragon or some shit. I think my brother's a dragon. I always got mad at those restaurants. You look down at the menus and you're like, oh, I'm a rat. And he's a fucking dragon. A bullshit. Right? Bullshit. I want to talk about YouTube censorship since I did a video doing my shout out Saturday for my brother, it was the weirdest thing. The 2-week ban is the gayest thing ever that I think YouTube's ever come up with. And I don't mean gay in a homosexual way. I mean gay in an off-turning way that I do not find pleasurable to myself. Which also would mean the homosexual way too. Pretty much. Here's how this all happened. I'm going to explain this in small words for you. Because it's not really that complicated if you really look at it. These assholes bombed the marathon, Boston Marathon winners, right at the line. 3 different places, I believe. But, the first one was right at the finish line. And ever since that, everyone's real sensitive. Here's the thing. We lose so much liberties when people do things like this. Like, of course, we lost people with the World Trade Centers going down, the World Trade Towers. And that was awful. But also, we started this tradition now where everyone gets molested at the airport. And everyone's all right with it. They just chip it away at all of our liberties. Well, anyway, Daniel had these Worksbombs videos up for the longest time. Right, here he comes back for mowing. He's got a redneck rig. I'm going to let you see it. That is redneck. I don't care what you say. But I love him. He's my brother. Alright. Can you hear me? About to turn it off. There it goes. So, you lose your liberties over these bombings. My brother gets targeted because he has Worksbombs videos on his channel. And they start targeting him in a way where he can't even react to taking the videos down in time. By the time he had 2 strikes on him, he was willing to take down all 30 of his catalog of videos of Worksbombs, and he could not get to him and do that. He eventually did, 2 weeks later. You want to talk, Daniel?
Sure.
I just mentioned your stuff with YouTube. I'm talking about how whenever like a tragedy happens, we lose some of our rights, like the bombings, and like you could say the same thing with the TSA now after the World Trade Center bomb.
Yeah, I think the big thing was some little girl in Florida recreated a Worksbomb in her classroom as a science project. Well, she was going to do it as a science project, but instead she decided to show her friends first. And she got expelled, and then like a week later my videos started getting flagged and removed. And so the first time I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I'll just wait. I'll just download all of them, and then I'll remove them all. And so before I could download all of them, which I was doing it the slow way, which was just downloading off of YouTube. It has a special feature. You can only do like 1 an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
And I have 30-some videos. And I do like 5 a day. And also I got banned, and I couldn't remove any more of them. And then I was also told that even if a video had gotten banned and you remove the video, the strike still goes against you later. No. So evidently YouTube still has a catalog of that video, and they can still watch it, review it, and see if it meets criteria. Which I think it's all some type of robot that reviews it. So I couldn't get a personal line at all.
Oh yeah, that was the point I wanted to make. You have a company like YouTube that makes. Do they make billions yet?
I don't know.
They have to make millions. I don't know about billions. But they should have a customer service where you talk to a person. And not just a lemming. A person that actually has power to restore accounts under reason.
When you realize, I'm making maybe 10% or 15% of my income from YouTube. Yeah. I'm making a little
it hurts you, man. It hurts you. There's another thing. Think about all the little companies. They have hotlines you can call if you have a bad product, or you have questions, or you don't understand something, or you got some stuff in your eye and you're afraid it's going to burn out your pupils. But YouTube has nothing. Yeah. It has robots, and weren't they sassy robots? Didn't one say something?
Well, they brought up a video that said that the warning didn't expire on it, and the video was in 2009. They give us 6 months time for strikes.
Yeah, and they were bringing that as his third, or was it like their third strike?
They were saying I had 3 strikes, and I corrected them. Then they sent me a survey. It was like, was this information we provided correct? And I selected no on everything, and then I don't know if they removed that one or not, but I'm still very close to losing my account.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I would be banned first, so I would be suspended again, and so it would take 2 strikes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it just, if someone started, say, wearing a tracksuit and started hitting people with baseball bats and screaming smash, a lot of my videos would be stricken.
Yeah.
If a guy just went on a killing spree out of nowhere, people would be like, "Oh fuck, that Noyjeetut's a copycat killer. He's a piece of shit."
Sandwich while he's raping someone. He's like,
yeah. It's like, "Oh, this."
I like these onions. They're real good.
You sweet pickles, help me.
He reviewed a DVD. I don't know. He's doing something terrible.
Torturing someone in a cage.
What if he tortured them with that DVD?
Microwaving a hamster while you ate a sub from Subway. I mean, all these things. And I'm saying, but the problem is, I'm linked to these things in odd ways, and whatever happens, you just can lose it all over something stupid.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever get hurt with your Worksbombs?
No.
Did anyone ever get? That's really the only question you can ask. I mean, what else is there? Did you hurt the environment? Do you feel like you incorporate you burned off a layer of ozone?
Maybe a little bit of that.
Maybe. Yeah, it did bubble a lot.
More than a car drive.
Yeah. It was just a bunch of Bolocks. It was bullshit.
I think if you set on one, it would destroy your ass or anything. I think it'd blow out sideways. It wouldn't just go up your ass or anything.
Yeah.
You'd have to insert the ball in your ass.
Oh yeah. I mean, really, they're much more mature videos with people using more high grade stuff, like any kind of. They're firecrackers.
Thermite, that explosive is an explosive targets.
Yeah.
And you shoot it and it explodes. And so, by the federal, let's see, what's it? Federal FT. What's the
Some regulators.
Yeah. Was it the firearms, drugs, FTA? I don't know. Anyway.
ATF.
And they, by their guidelines, as long as there's not a blasting cap, it's not a bomb. So you can shoot it and it'll explode. There's videos of people taking apart those targets and dumping them in a 5-gallon bucket and blowing up abandoned houses.
Mm-hmm.
Making a crater that it's 10 feet deep.
Well, I think I've seen videos of people hanging on to firecrackers and stuff like that. We always got a good distance away, and sometimes even took coverage under a barrier.
Well, I saw a guy mess up his finger with a dry ice bomb, which I think are more volatile than works.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if those videos are getting flagged. I'm not saying those videos should be flagged. I don't care. I don't care. But it's stupid to target Daniel for his ghetto bombs, which any kid could look up and make. It's not hard. You can make a real bomb if you looked it up and made it. I'm not sure how good the FBI is about tracking IPs and stuff when people search for certain things. I'm guessing they let a lot of stuff go through the cracks.
So there's videos that I've actually downloaded showing you how to take an AK and make it full.
So, I mean, anyone targeting my brother is just retarded, and that's just the bottom line to it all. It's just so stupid. It's just common sense. You could tell, he wasn't going to any kind of marathon. Were you down? Mm-hmm. Were you planning? No. Do you even have a backpack? Do I know you?
A satchel that I reviewed.
He has a satchel.
That's the size. We call it a Jewish military. What was it?
Well, he took a lot of heat for that because people said it was a purse.
It's a messenger bag or a paratrooper bag.
That's a good spin to it.
I don't think enough, bomb material would fit in there.
It'd be hard.
And I'm not even sure that the Boston bombers were an inside job, to tell you the truth.
Well, now we're getting some doo-doo now.
Exactly.
But it boils down to, it's just a lot to put someone who's been loyal to YouTube through that for the last 2 weeks. My brother saying, anytime now, they're going to ban me. And he was just scared shitless over something he's done for free. Well, I mean, done for free for the most part in putting the time. I mean, compared to his time and money, I wouldn't say he come out even. I mean, if he charged for his time, he's at a loss of that. But it's a hobby. He likes doing it. And if he's able to make some funds off of that, good for him. But he's never going to be able to recoup the losses he's made by purchasing certain things.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you buy one thing to do mostly for a YouTube video, you're already out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I bet UPS is for me. I don't know. I got a motherboard coming in for their Bitcoin mining rig. And it kind of good, I guess, it got banned because I've been focusing more of my time on Bitcoin mining to an obsessive level where I'm watching the market. Oh, it's going up a little. Oh, it's going down a little. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. It's just typical YouTube. Who's also going through a layout change soon too.
Oh yeah, they keep on giving me a warning every time I log in. It's like 8 days. Accept it now.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. I say no, I'm not gonna accept it.
It's like
I'm gonna hit deadline. If
like
my profile looks like crap on the new thing, let it look like crap. I'm not gonna change.
It's like you're being raped, and they're like, accept it, accept it.
They keep on getting weird, more homogenized the backgrounds, to look like every other fucking website out there.
They're trying to turn to Facebook.
I mean, it doesn't even look as classy as Facebook. It looks like Amazon or something. It's all white on white.
You guys ought to check out Zipcast. It's like YouTube in 2007.
Zipcast.
Z-I-P-P, then the word cast.
2P.
Yeah.
Cast, like casting.
C-A-S-T.
Yeah, cast.
Yeah, Zipcast. It's like it's been
.com?
around since like .com. It's been around since like 2006.
Zipcast.com.
But the layout's like old YouTube. I got one subscriber there. I uploaded.
What's your channel there?
Danny's Cam, of course.
Danny's Cam there. All right, zipcast.com/Danny's Cam.
Yeah.
Try that. I'll put that in the bottom too. He was trying to experiment. He was trying to experiment with different sites during that time because he was scared of losing all his videos. He wanted to host them right back up if he lost them all.
It took a long time to download all my videos.
Maybe you should try just putting all your bombing videos on Zipcast.
I did one. It only takes 5 minutes to upload for some reason. It's really nice.
So there you go. For his more hardcore videos, maybe that's where he'll go. That kid in, I was going to say, that kid in, was it Colorado? No. Where's Sandy Hook? In Sandy Hook, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't target all of his gun videos and his shooting videos.
You think about it this way. I had something big planned for my 5-year anniversary. My 5-year anniversary was the 18th, and I was banned during my 5-year anniversary. I had purchased a 55-gallon drum and about 5 gallons of this Works solution and a bunch of tinfoil. I was going to make the world's biggest Works out of a 55-gallon drum. YouTube's never going to see that video.
No.
I'm afraid to put that online.
Yeah.
We filmed it. It was awesome, but we're never going to upload that video.
Yeah, you're not going to see that on YouTube.
I don't want to go to the Guantanamo Bay.
For something so stupid.
It goes about 60 feet in the air. It's pretty awesome. When I die, I release it.
Alright, so I mean that's all I really wanted to talk about today. The other thing is I just want to mention that Steve Austin, the wrestler, has a great podcast if you want to check it out. He's really the same as his character, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's interesting, actually, he interviewed Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels sounded just like Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, you can tell, his character is Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, was such an act compared to Steve Austin, who really is Stone Cold. Or, I mean, at least if he does put on an act, it's like, it's his own personality up a few volumes. While Shawn Michaels, I mean, he just sounded like just some kind of Texas redneck. When he's funny because he does that almost like that Val Venus raspy voice when he was in DX for so long. So yeah, it's just funny how some people are really genuine and some people are really playing a character. But check it out. He's just a natural talent. He's fun to listen to. I'll also put that downstairs. I'll talk to you guys later. See you later, my rattlesnakes.